Hey, I'm Ozgun. I'm one of the founders at Citus Data. Prior to Citus, I was a software developer in the distributed systems engineering team at Amazon.com. Today, I'm going to talk about a new concept that's unique to PostgreSQL called extensions. PostgreSQL already has over 300 extensions available, and I believe these could be a game changer in how we build databases in the future. Okay, so what is an extension? In simplest terms, an extension is a packaged and versioned piece of software that adds functionality to PostgreSQL. At a high level, PostgreSQL's extension framework offers two things. One, it defines a framework to build, initialize, and load related objects into PostgreSQL. And two, it defines the contract and the APIs where developers can hook into PostgreSQL's database modules with the intent to override, cooperate, or extend them. These APIs first became available about 3 years ago, and with each new release, the PostgreSQL community has been discussing and adding more and more of them. Okay, and the question is why? Why spend all this effort in modularizing an already solid database and provide APIs to extend, say, indexes, write-ahead logs, replication, the planner, the executor? The reason is that every decade brings new workloads for databases to handle. And many commercial databases take PostgreSQL, fork from it, and build specialized databases for these new workloads. Of course, when you fork, you start diverging from PostgreSQL and its community. Over time, your forked database becomes a separate entity on its own. And after dozens of commercial databases forking from PostgreSQL, the community figured, hey, maybe we should provide official APIs so people can build their own database on PostgreSQL rather than forking it. Now that we understand the motivation, what are some example extensions? Postgres was the first true PostgreSQL extension. This extension extends PostgreSQL to make it a geospatial database. Postgres does this by adding extra data types, such as geometry, geography, raster, and many others to PostgreSQL. It also adds functions, aggregate functions, and indexes that apply to those data types. Postgres runs in production in thousands or tens of thousands of companies today and powers geospatial applications. Another powerful PostgreSQL extension is foreign data wrappers. These wrappers enable you to run SQL queries on any data source. Some public foreign data wrappers run on S3, Twitter, and /proc file system data. But probably the most interesting one is the MongoDB foreign data wrapper. This wrapper enables you to run SQL queries on MongoDB. Today, if you go to MongoDB's website and download their Enterprise Edition, you get MongoDB, PostgreSQL hidden behind the covers, and the MongoDB foreign data wrapper. Then you type in your SQL query, it goes to Postgres, and Postgres uses Mongo FTW to power SQL queries for your analytical workloads. Another really powerful extension is Citus. Citus horizontally scales PostgreSQL across Oops. I just realized so this is the Postgres, this is the foreign data wrappers, and this is Citus. Citus horizontally scales PostgreSQL across community servers using sharding and replication. Its query engine parallelizes incoming SQL queries across these servers to enable real-time responses on large data sets. And as an example customer, Cloudflare is a content delivery network that powers 2 million businesses. They capture 400 terabytes of compressed events data per day, and they load and aggregate these events within a Citus cluster. They then provide answers to questions such as, how many distinct IPs visited my website over the past minute, past 5 minutes, past day? What are the top countries that visited my business? And for answering these questions in under a second, they rely on Citus to extend PostgreSQL. To conclude, PostgreSQL 9.5 enables you to extend any database module, and PostgreSQL's extensible architecture puts it in a unique place for scaling out SQL and also for adapting to evolving hardware trends. It could just be that the monolithic SQL database is dying. If so, long live Postgres.